Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you guys today about tying the polymer knot. Really simple, basic fishing knot that I use on a consistent basis. Every single fishing trip I go out, this is my primary knot I like to use. I do use other knots in other situations, just depends on if I'm fishing braid to fluorocarbon. Each situation's a little different. But on average, my go-to is the polymer knot. So I just wanted to cover bases with you on how you tie that, and how to make it become a tool in your toolbox. All right, I just grabbed the traditional golden eye jig head from Matrix. Got the H&H cockahoe with the fire tail here. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna show you the basic process I use to tie the polymer knot. So what I like to do is I'll pass it through the eye. Okay, pass it through the eye, and basically what you're doing here is just making a loop. You're just making a loop. Some people just like to loop it initially and push it through the eye. I just kind of come to the point where that's what I like to do. So you're gonna have it sitting something like this, okay? It's gonna be on your loop. Okay, from there, all you're gonna do is you're gonna tie a basic square knot with your loop, okay? And then you're gonna have this loop, and in your right hand, you're gonna take that loop and you're just gonna pass your lure and jig head through that loop. And once you pass that lure and jig head through the loop, you're just going to pull your main line and your tag line tight. And it's going to look something along the lines of this. Okay? Give it a nice little snug. I'll take some clippers. I'll trim off the tag end. Trim off the tag end. And you are all set to use your jig head. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. I like to always give it a nice little snug tug to make sure it's good. But man, once you get this knot locked in place, tie correctly, it is hard to pop that sucker. All right. Okay, guys, moving right along, I wanted to also cover how to tie the polymer knot onto a barrel swivel and a basic barrel swivel and clip. Nothing crazy here, but it's a common piece of tackle that a lot of folks use. So I wanted to cover how to tie the polymer knot on this as well. Same concept. Nothing, not doing anything different. I just wanted to give you a visual of what it looks like on here. This time we're going to start it off by passing the loop through the eye first instead of passing the line straight through. Okay, so loop through, and it's going to look like this. Okay, sitting on your two lines. Okay, get y'all a better visual there. All you're going to do is take that, and you're going to tie yourself a little square knot. Pull that tight. Okay, pass that clip through that loop. Okay, once you pass it through the loop, you're going to take your main line and your tag line and pull that tight. And you want to make sure it doesn't get hung up anywhere on the clip or lure or anything along those lines. And we'll make sure it's free. And there we go. You got the polymer knot tied onto your barrel swivel. Nice and clean, no issues, right? And then what you're gonna do is take your tag end and go ahead and trim that tag end off as you see fit. I'll trim a little bit off so you get a visual of what it looks like. There you go. So that's the polymer knot tied onto a barrel swivel with a clip. Okay? A couple different lures and items. So here, I'm gonna tie this one on to this last one on to a Voodoo Shrimp. Basic, really good basic lure that's used all across the Gulf Coast. Got a Voodoo Shrimp here, and I want to use this one because sometimes it can be a little tricky. As you know, you got just the way it's used on this lure, your eye and your hook. So what we're gonna do here is same thing we did before. You're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it through. This time I'm gonna go back to the way I did it the first time. Pass it through, then pass it through again. Oop. Let's see here, it slipped out my old eyes. I'm using 20-pound fluorocarbon Cigar leader line. Okay, so there it is on your loop line. I'm gonna go ahead and make your square knot again. Your square knot, and then from here, like the other two times, you're gonna take your loop. You're gonna pass your loop around your. This is where it can get tricky with these Voodoo Shrimp. They got all the little legs and whiskers and everything else on them. You want to clear all that and pull it tight. Okay. There we go. So you got a good solid knot that's not going to come untied. Let's trim off the tag end. Okay. And there we go. Let me show you here. Let's get the knot into play. You got a good polymer knot tied onto your Voodoo Shrimp. So yeah, guys, just wanted to cover those three real quick. Just a quick tutorial on the polymer knot. Such an effective knot that I've used for so many years, and it doesn't, you know, it's just such a great knot. It doesn't let me down at all. I can't say it ever let me down. As long as I'm doing what I have to do on my end, setting my drag right, fighting the fish correctly, it always does its job. So if I had to give any suggestion on what's the first knot I should learn, if I'm getting into fishing, where should I start? I would say start with the polymer knot. My favorite knot for the basics of getting started. You know, you can't go wrong. So yeah, guys, well, I appreciate you tuning in for the video. Just wanted to cover some basic fishing tips. If you don't mind, give the video a like, hit that subscribe button, and you know what it is, guys. Keep casting.